What's up YouTube, your girl's back with another video. I know I've been gone for a good minute, you guys, but today I was just like, you know what, let me just go ahead and pick up the camera and talk to you guys. So right now it is currently what, 12:04 in the afternoon, and me and Papa were just not getting up. So, well, not just not getting up, I've been up for probably like 3 hours now, but I wasn't hungry when I first got up, because me, the type of person I am, I have to use the bathroom and drink some tea and do all of that stuff before I get hungry, you know. So I didn't eat. Malachi just woke up, so as always he requested sausage, so I'm about to go ahead and cook some sausage up. I'm also going to make some eggs, cheese, egg bagel. I'm also going to toast up these hash browns as well, because I'm in the mood for hash browns as well. So I'm not sure. Malachi usually don't really eat eggs, y'all. Like, he's very picky. Like, it's every now and then he'll really like actually eat his eggs that I cook or whatever. So I'm more than likely just going to go ahead and make myself some eggs, like I usually do, because he doesn't eat it whenever I do make him eggs. So I'm about to stuff on. I'm waiting until my little skillet get hot and everything. But let me just kind of like, I don't even know what to like talk to you guys about first. I've been going for a good minute, y'all. I've been going for like a good minute, I know. And I know like I should keep recording and things like that, but sometimes, y'all, like I was saying in another video that I previously posted not too long ago. If you guys haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch that video. But basically, like, sometimes I just mentally, I don't be there to be wanting the camera in my face, especially when things are not going like the way that I, you know, thought they would go. You know, I'm the type of person, honestly, when I'm not mentally there, I'd rather no camera in my face. So that goes for TikTok, that goes for any platform that I'm like, that I be on and that I be like posting content on. I just like kind of just like have a standstill, because mentally I just don't be there. But I'm trying to cut all of that out, and I'm trying to like get back on, you know, get back to like actually like, you know, just recording even when you don't feel like it. But sometimes recording helps me or whatever. But honestly, y'all, I haven't really been doing much. Like, I haven't been up too much, to be honest. I was working probably like a couple months ago. I was working a job, but then I ended up losing that job, and I wasn't working for like a good little minute. So I haven't been working in almost, I must say, like maybe about 4 months, I believe. So, you know, I've just been home. I've been home with my son, taking care of my baby. Still making some money though, because I do like go on live on Bigo, and I do like make some coins on there as well. But like I said, like with the whole consistent thing, when I'm not in the mood to be on the camera, I don't want to be on the camera, and that includes me going live too sometimes. But it's like, girl, you gotta get that money, so you need to stop. Like, you need to stop doing that, to be honest. Because it's like, no, girl, you gotta stay consistent on Bigo. If you don't stay consistent on anything else, you gotta stay consistent on Bigo, because that's where the money is right now. But yeah, so right now I actually haven't went live in like a good minute. I was supposed to go live for this whole month of August, but that did not go as planned, just because honestly sometimes Bigo gets a little crazy in the streets, okay? It gets crazy in the Bigo streets, so it's just like, you know. But I'm gonna get back on there very soon. I think I just want. I'm gonna make my card 1. I'm making 2. But yeah, like honestly, I've just been home. Like I said, I've been home. I've been just focusing on like my relationship with God, focusing on my motherhood, and just focusing on my mental health. To be honest, like I've been really like deep into my word. I've been like working on some things that's coming soon. It's coming real soon. As far as like my digital products and things like that, like I'm working on a digital product devotional journal that's for moms, and it's for women and moms, but mostly for moms. But like I said, it's gonna help other women that aren't moms, so that when they do become moms, if they want to be a mom, then it'll work either way. But I created this digital product because mentally sometimes, well, as you guys know, well, some of you guys don't know, actually, you guys don't know, and that's gonna be like a whole nother like sit down or whatever. But basically the reason why like I have been so strong about mental health, and why like sometimes I do just go ghost and I do take my mental health breaks, because honestly, y'all don't know, but basically back in 2022, I found out I was pregnant towards like the ending of 2022. I think around December, to be exact, December 18th is when I found out I was pregnant. Little did I know I was pregnant on my birthday in November, which November 28th, I was pregnant during that time and I didn't know. And I'm gonna tell you guys the story about how I found out I was pregnant and everything like that in another video, and that's gonna go into me telling you guys everything that transpired during this time of absence and stuff like that, off of everything. Like I wasn't active on nothing, like nobody knew where I was and nothing like that, like, you know. But God, okay, God is good, God is great, okay, because he brought me through that situation. But basically I found out I was pregnant in December of 2022, and probably like a couple weeks after that, y'all, everything turned. Things turned. Like when I say it went from me finding I was pregnant to just a lot of different other things that transpired, and then it went from me being committed to a psych ward, me being committed to a mental institution, y'all. And baby, he's a 2-year-old now, so like terrible twos, yeah, very, very crazy. He gonna tell us no water, walk over here, no water. It's water all over his shirt. So I already know he poured the water out. This is why I don't let him use that cup that he has, but it's the only cup that he really got for right now. But anyways, y'all, like I was saying, so yeah, so basically I was committed to a mental institution during my pregnancy, during like the early stages of my pregnancy, because mentally I just wasn't there. Like mentally, like I was not there, y'all. Like my family seen it, some of my friends seen it, like family, friends, church family, they all seen it. Deschanel just wasn't Deschanel. Like Deschanel Brown wasn't Deschanel Brown. Deschanel Beauty wasn't Deschanel's Beauty. Like Deschanel was a whole different person. Like the enemy, he took me through that, but God brought me through that, brought me through it. Yeah, big G-O-D, yeah, talk about it. But anyways, yeah, so God brought me through this crazy time in my life. Y'all, I had lost my job probably like a couple weeks like before I found out I was pregnant, and then once I found out I was pregnant, just like everything just went, like things were already, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, things were already like leading up to my downfall, but when I found out I was pregnant, it just went boom, like everything just blew up. And like I said, mentally I just wasn't there. Like mentally my mind wasn't there. Mentally I was somewhere else, and I was crying out for help, and I didn't know how to cry out for help because nobody was listening. Like, I knew that something was going on. I knew that something was wrong. I knew that mentally, I knew that spiritually I was under attack. In my mind, I knew that I was under spiritual attack, and I knew that something was going on, but it was like I don't know, it's like I couldn't talk, like I couldn't get it out or whatever. Like, I was just doing all type of like crazy weird things. Like, I was like literally like like, y'all, if I go into details or whatever, like I said, that's gonna be for a whole nother video of me like actually going into details about this situation. But basically I went into the institution, I believe it was around Christmas is when I got admitted to the institution. My grandmother actually had to put me in there, which is something that she did not want to do. My nana had to put me in because I just wasn't there. If I didn't go in, I would have probably killed myself, to be honest, y'all. Like, I would have probably like I would have been and Malachi wouldn't he wouldn't have been here. Like, I just honestly, like, you know, I've dealt with suicidal thoughts for years and years and years. Like, suicidal thoughts have definitely been something that I've dealt with from the time I could remember, from the time I was little. The spirit of suicide for years, from the time I could remember, probably about since I was little. Literally, the devil been trying to take me out. Okay, he been trying to take me out. First of all, he tried to take me out when my mom had me, y'all. Backstory: my mom had me at the age of 15, and the doctors had to go to my grandma. It was like, you got to choose which one you want to live, you want us to save. And my grandma was like, no, you better save both of them. And we're here, yeah, I'm here, yeah, he couldn't get rid of me. So I mean, my mom is here alive. She has 4 girls, it's 4 of us. So yeah, like, the devil thought he had a plan, but he did not succeed. Okay, clock that. But basically, so from the time I can remember, the devil has always been at my throat. Okay, he has always tried to get me down. He has always tried to just make me disappear. Okay, so and just make me not be here. Like, the devil does not want me to be who God called me to be. The devil does not want me to be who he knows that I am, because I know who's and whom I am. Okay, and I am a daughter of the Most High, Kings of Kings. Like, talk about it. Like, yeah. So big God. So like, the devil he just don't like me. And that happens when you're called, when you're chosen. Few are called, what is it? Some are called, but few are chosen. When you're chosen, when you're a part of the chosen one, the chosen ones, yeah, you're gonna get attacked after attack. So basically, from the time I can remember, like, I just knew I've always had like the spirit of the spirit. I dealt with the spirit of suicidal thoughts. Like, I've always dealt with those type of thoughts where thoughts would come through my head and it was like, you should just kill yourself. And this is at like literally 10, 6, and then all through middle school, all through high school, just a lot of different things. Like, me and my mom, we just had, our relationship was just rocky. And our relationship, like, sometimes it was good and sometimes it was you know, but I love my mom and I love that lady. Like, that's my mom. So that problems where, like, we just would argue a lot and we would just have fights and things like that. And, you know, the Bible says, the verse where it says, mothers against daughters, and I'm gonna pull up the verse, but basically that was my life. Like the mothers against daughters and daughters against mothers and all of that. Like me and my mom, we weren't against each other because we love each other. Me and my mom love each other, and we're like this. Like my mom is my ace. My mom is my rock. Okay, like I would not trade my mother for nobody. Like that is my mother. Okay. But we've had rocky times. We've had times where things were crazy, where things were bad, where things just wasn't what it was supposed to. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Like it just was. It just wasn't what it was. You know, it just wasn't what. It wasn't what people thought it was from the outside looking in. You know, so like our relationship, it was rocky. You know, and as a mom now, I understand. Like I'm coming to understand a lot of different things and why certain things happen. But at the same time, I still have a lot of different questions and a lot of different things that I need answered. And this is just me being transparent with you guys. This is no shade to my mother. My mom is the best mom ever. Like this is no shade. This is none of that. Like none of that. So the people that's watching, the people that do know me and know my mom and everything like that, like don't even, like, it's not even about that. Like it's just about being real and being transparent. Me and my mom, we've had a rocky relationship for the time I can remember, you know, even up till now. Like sometimes like our relationship just isn't what it's supposed to be. Like it's not what it's supposed to get. But like I said, I'm learning, and God is still working on me with certain things, and God is working on us. He's healing us, and He's dealing with our hearts, and we're gonna be good. But basically, like, yeah, like it was just a lot. Like it was just a lot of differences, a lot of things that just, you know, I'm gonna be honest, like it was wrong overdue, to be honest, because just with a lot, just, if I'm real, can I be real with y'all? If I'm real, it was long overdue. Like, honestly, me looking at it now, I feel like it was a long time coming. It happened when it happened, and it happened during the right time. When it happened, although I still don't totally understand why it happened, but I understand why it happened because my testimony is going to help other women. So I get it. Other young women, other young girls, young women, and women that's not my age, that's older women. So I understand it. My test is bigger than what it is and what it was or whatever. But honestly, thinking on it, it's like I should have been, you know, like if we're gonna be honest, like I should have been lost my mind. I should have been, you know, went into a mental institution. That should have been happening, but it didn't, and it happened when it happened. So, you know, hey, I'm here now. I'm living well. You know, my son is 2 years old, so he ain't win not a thing. Okay, so, but a lot of things. It's just, y'all. And I'm trying not to get emotional right now. I'm trying to, you know, but a lot of different things just transpired, and a lot of different things happened the way it happened, and so that's why mentally where I'm at now is like my mental health comes first. So if I don't feel like picking up the camera, I'm not gonna pick up the camera. Like if I don't feel like posting, I'm not gonna post. I'm gonna probably post some old stuff because mentally I'm not there right now. Like mentally I'm just not there. I have me personally, like me. Listen, the devil wants my mind so bad, but God is not gonna allow me to have my mind. God is not gonna allow that to happen again, and I know that for a fact. So like when it comes to like me posting, me being consistent, like one, I deal with the spirit of procrastination, and I know some people probably like, oh girl, it's not a spirit, it's just you procrastinate. No, it's a spirit. It's a spirit. I deal with the spirit of procrastination. Period. I deal with the spirit of self-doubt. Period. I deal with the spirit of what's the other one? Being in my head too much. Like my mind just don't shut off. You know, I deal with a lot of different things where like my mind will just be going and going and going and going. I have so much things on my mind. enjoy it all. I enjoy all of it. So I have to learn how to balance, and I have to learn how to, when I'm in a good state of mind, record. Press record, and make that content, so that when I'm not where I will be mentally, then I can take a break. Things like that. So learning how to do that, things like that. But also, God has been working on me a lot. He's working on me a lot when it comes to my mental, when it comes to just where I want to be in life, physically, emotionally, mentally, every aspect of my life he's been working on. Like motherhood is hard. And sometimes it's not cute, and sometimes it's not pretty. It's not pretty all the time. Sometimes it gets very ugly out here, okay? This is very new to me, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me with this video. I don't usually come on here and tell my business and talk my business. It's just very hard for me to do. So if I'm struggling over words, it's because I usually don't do this. And the Holy Spirit is just moving in me right now to just talk about this. And I don't know why he's telling me to pick up this camera. He's telling me to pick up the camera and talk. But this is just what I started talking about. So okay, it is what it is. It's gonna get posted. But basically, like, so I created a devotional, a women's and moms devotional for the unworthy, unseen, and unspoken. For the mothers that cry at night because things aren't going the way that she thought it would go. It's for the moms that, like, literally cry in the shower because they don't want to sleep. It's for the women that cry in the shower because they don't want no one to hear them crying because mentally, like, because they're going through it, because they're trying to figure out how they're going to make it, how they're going to get Pampers and wipes, how is it that I was blessed with this child that I don't know, but I feel like I can't even take care of him. How did God ordain me to be a mother? Because let's just be honest, motherhood is not just motherhood. Motherhood is not just you having a child. And for some people, motherhood is that. Some people, motherhood is something that is God ordained. God ordains. Children are not an accident, period. Children are not an accident. And that's coming from a child that felt like she was an accident. My mom had me, my parents had me at 15 and 16. My parents were young. My parents were babies. This is coming from a child that felt like she was not supposed to be on this earth. Okay? So, children are not an accident. As a mom now, my child is the best thing that has ever happened to me. He's a blessing. And I would not change it for nothing in this world. Now, would I have had a child when things were more, cha-ching? Yeah. But everything happens for a reason, and God allowed it to happen the way he allowed it to happen, because that's the way he allowed it to happen. God sees the beginning and the end, and God knew that I was going to be a mom at the age of 21. He knew. So me, the things that something I always say is everything happens for a reason. And if God knew, God knows the beginning from the end. He allowed it to happen, so it was destined to happen. Now don't get me wrong, some things do happen because of the choices that we make in life, and some things do happen because of where we choose, what road we choose to go on. Yes, it does. So don't think and don't take what I'm saying as, oh yeah, so what I'm going through is because God allowed it. What you're going through could be because of the choices that you made, and God didn't have no choice but to allow it to be sought through, because you wasn't listening. You was being disobedient, and this is coming from experience. I was being disobedient. I wasn't listening to what God was telling me. I was doing my own thing. I was living my life. I was in the world. I was in the church, and I was in the world, 1 foot in and 1 foot out. The word says you cannot be hot. It's either hot or cold. He will spew you out of his mouth. I will put the actual scripture. This is just me paraphrasing, but he said you either hot or cold. Which one is it gonna be? And I was hot. I was being hot. I was living my life. I was doing me, doing me. I was doing me. I was out there, you know, like I wasn't out there, but I was out there, you know. I was having sex before marriage. I was in a relationship where we weren't necessarily putting God first, or we were putting God first, but then sometimes it was like, oh yeah, God said this, and then we wanted to do our own thing because that's just what it was. Like we were having sex. Yes, we were doing it. Hence why I have a child now. Hence why I have a whole 2-year-old. I was fornicating. I was having sex before marriage. Yes, I was. And you know, I was doing a lot of different things. I was drinking. I was smoking. I was doing a lot of different things. A lot of different things that I was doing that was not like God. You know. Because God had to sit me down. He had to sit me down. He said, you thought, nah, let me, you know, he had to sit me down. But in the midst of that, right, in the midst of the situation, the doctors, they were like, oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. They doped me up on meds. And I was deemed as crazy. I was deemed as borderline schizophrenic. Like, I was deemed as, you lost your mind. Yeah. Let's just be honest. Like, I was deemed as, you're not coming back from this. I was deemed as, oh, this couldn't have just happened out of nowhere. She had to have mental problems from when she was young. This couldn't have happened out of nowhere. She couldn't have been a normal person, a normal child, a normal girl, a normal daughter, a normal granddaughter, a normal big sister, a normal girlfriend, a normal this, a normal that, whatever it is. They were saying she couldn't have been this normal person. This had to be something that just, no, this was spiritual. This was a spiritual attack. This was spiritual warfare. My grandma had to go on fast on my behalf, where I literally was crying out for help, and I was crying out for God. I was crying out to God because I knew I was supposed to be in that place. I knew I was supposed to be there. I had my Bible with me. In that place, I had my Bible with me, and I'm not trying to go into it. When I was in that place, it was like I was crying out, and nobody heard me. You know, like I felt like I was nothing. Like I already felt like I was nothing. But when that happened, when that situation happened, the devil won. I felt like he won. I felt like he got exactly what he wanted, and he won. Felt like Job when he said, God, why have you forsaken me? Like, that's how I felt. I felt like my family was gonna leave me in that place, and I felt like my child was gonna get taken away from me. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. I felt like I was gonna be doped up on medicine for the rest of my life. But guess what? The same medicine that dad was doped up on, the same medicine is inside my grandmother's drawer, and I haven't been on not one of those meds in 2 years. But God, like literally, but God. So this is just, yeah. But y'all, listen, God is good. God is amazing. But God is good. He's good. Okay. Like I said, we're gonna have this conversation, like go into details about everything that transpired because there's videos, there's pictures, there's a lot of different things. I haven't seen some of the videos, and I haven't even seen the pictures of the videos. I think my grandmother still has them. I haven't even seen any of these things because I just, for the longest, like I just didn't. Like I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to tell my story. I didn't want to talk about it. And when I did talk about it, it was like, okay, that was it. Like, I just didn't want to dwell on it. I was was ashamed. I was ashamed. I was ashamed I was ashamed because I came from a family where, you know, my mom had me young. She was 15. And although I didn't have my child in my teens, I still had my child early. I necessarily didn't want to have a child early. Like I thought I was gonna be married, and I thought I was gonna be married. I wasn't married, you know. Like I was boyfriend and girlfriend. I was living with them. I was shacking up, as the church would say. But I wasn't married. I was doing all the wifey things and things like that. But I was not married, you know. And I'm still not married, and I'm still dealing with a lot of things that I'm still being delivered from. This is just me being transparent. I'm still going through, you know, the ups and downs and everything. But Malachi is literally my messenger from God. That's what his name means. There's a reason why I named him Malachi, because Malachi literally, like, he changed my life. He changed my life for the better. Although we still have rocky times where I feel like I can't do this, and why did God allow me to be a mom and things like that. But honestly, my baby has given me something to live for. And I'm not saying this to say, oh, go have a child because this is gonna give you something to live for. No, don't go just have a child because you think like, oh, you're gonna be somebody and you're gonna have something to live for. No, that's not gonna happen. One thing that I'm like learning is that I don't have to be perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect. And like I said, I'm human. I'm still dealing with a lot of different things. God is still working on me. He's still delivering from a lot of different things. He's still, you know, he's still working on me. He's working on me. And I'm not gonna sit here and like, oh yeah, like I don't do certain things, I don't do this, I don't do that. I still do certain things. And I still do certain things. I still sin. I'm not holier than thou. After the situation happened, I didn't become holier than thou, and you know, like, no, I still deal with a lot of things. I still deal with a lot of different things, you know. But God is working, and He's making a way, and I know that He has me. I know that He will forever have me. So right now in life, where I'm at right now is I'm just focused on myself. I'm focused on motherhood. I don't really go out as much. The girls that want to go and eat, the girls that want to, you know, turn up a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, those are my girls. Go out with my girlies, whatever, here and there. But honestly, y'all, I'm a homebody. I don't do nothing. I be in the house with my child, and all day, every day. And if I get a chance to go out, then I'll go and I have some fun. But it's right back to motherhood after that. And I'm just like focused on my relationship with God. I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on building a career in the beauty industry, building a career in healthcare management as well. Like, I'm in school right now, as you guys know. I am in school. At one point, I just started back classes because I took a leave of absence because it was just like, at the time, it just wasn't something that I was up for or whatever. And honestly, I'm still kind of like in the process of like, okay, is this something that I really want to do? But I already put work into it. I already put money into it. So I'm gonna have to just finish it out and just get my bachelor's degree. I think I graduate in 2027. So I have another year or two. I have 2 years. So just trying to focus, y'all. I'm just trying to focus. My license, as some of you guys know, I do have my license to be a esthetician. So I'm in the process of like getting myself together with that, going to go ahead and take my state board exams and trying to figure out like if I do have to go back to school or things like that. I was told that I don't have to go back to school, but I do want to talk to someone else, just so that I could get like more clarity on what exactly it is I have to do. Because I graduated way back in 2022, I think October of 2022, and honestly, y'all, I didn't do what I was supposed to do with my license, and I wish I did, but I didn't. So now I'm just trying to get my life together. That's where I'm at. And sometimes in the beginning, it's not gonna look good in the beginning, so I just have to be consistent, and I have to be, and when I say consistent, I'm saying consistent in everything that I do. So I've just been working on being consistent in life, and allowing God to just prune and lead and guide me to greater, because I know that the struggles that I have today are not the struggles that I'll have in the long run, because of the God that I serve. But this video is actually supposed to be a day in a life video where I show you guys like what I do as a mom. As you guys can see, I'm a yapper. I'm a certified yapper. All I do is yap because I've been cooking up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me just being transparent with you guys about what's going on in my life. And let me know what you all want to see. I will be getting back into doing the makeup content very soon. I'm gonna start back recording makeup tutorials and recording just my makeup journey as a makeup artist. And I'm gonna get back into recording like mom content and things like that as well. But let me know what y'all want to see. I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys in the next video. Bye.